guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've made a video, and I decided it was time for a temperature blanket update video, as we are 3/4 of the way through the year. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, I am a crafter living in Western Washington, so I am making a temperature blanket for Western Washington for the year 2021. So again, a temperature blanket, if you haven't been following along, is a visual representation of the whole year. So I'm doing it for 2021, the year our house is finally being built. A little update there. We are probably moving in sometime in November, probably towards the end of the month. So I'm getting really excited there, as we are still almost a year now in the travel trailer. But back to our temperature blanket here. For the year 2021, I am doing one row every day to represent the high temperature that day. So you can go back to my previous video and see what colors I have assigned to which range. But I just wanted to show you guys, because I'm so excited, we are 3/4 of the way through the year, what it's looking like right now. So it's actually getting really long. I was not anticipating, as I haven't finished one before, how long it was actually going to be. But here we go. So looking back here, as you can see, in the beginning of the year in January, I made about 130 chains, and I'm just doing a row of single crochets every single day. If you're looking to make one of these, you can start at any time of the year. You can even start right now and do this previous year, because the data is online. So I use weather.com. You can go back and look at the temperature for any day of the year for where you live. So looking here in January, we had a lot of cool days. And here I wanted to do this update because something great happened this year, that we had a beautiful summer in Western Washington. It does not always happen like that, but we are very grateful in this cold, rainy state when it does. So here you can see we had a lot of red days actually this year. And it might be hard to see, but I actually added in the glittery red yarn for over 90-degree days, because we had a lot in the 100s, which does not happen every year. So now this is all the way done through the end of September, and in typical Washington fashion, we are headed back into the green. So it is most likely downhill from here, and it will look very similar to the beginning of the blanket. But just some tips and tricks I wanted to go over here about making these blankets. So first, really make sure at the beginning of the year that you are liking what pattern you're using. I went really simple this time, just single crochets, because you're going to be doing a lot of it. So you're going to have to do something that you are willing to kind of keep up on or play catch up on. I missed a whole month and went back and did all of September. But just something that you're gonna like. You can decide kind of what color schemes you're looking for, what it will look like in your house. I decided to go more literal with the cold temperatures being the cooler colors, but you can do anything. You can do all grayscale if you want. But really making sure it's something that you'd like in your house, how you're gonna display it, what it's gonna look like, and give yourself some grace. It is okay if you miss some days and go back and complete it later. Another really important thing is to make sure you have enough yarn. So know your area. For us, for example, I knew I would need a lot in the green range, which is, I believe, the high 50s. Very common in this area. So I made sure that I had a lot of that yarn so I wouldn't run out, and keep the labels so you're able to buy more if needed, if you're not too picky on it being from the same time it was created, the same batch. Just be able to get more yarn when needed. Another thing I just found out recently, you crafters may have known about it for a while, but I just got myself a yarn winder the other day. So this cool little contraption hooks onto anywhere. I've been hooking it onto the table in the trailer to wind up your excess yarn. And I'll show you here. So if you're like me, you just have crumpled balls of yarn everywhere, especially while we're in the trailer and don't have a craft room. This tool here has been making my excess yarn into beautiful little yarn cakes that are center pull. So it comes right back out from the center. It's not flying all over the room. when you're trying to use it, and it's a great way to store the yarn that you're not currently using. So if you have like half of a skein left or less, it's a great way to just kind of re-wrap it up, get it all nice and neat for storage. We are definitely not having any more red days for the year, so I went ahead and wound up some yarn cakes of different colors that I think I'm done with, or when I'm getting down towards the end and it's starting to get tangled up. So I've been doing that a bit, and that is kind of where I'm at. So I'm wrapping up some of the yarn for the year, getting it all ready for storage, wrapping up my blanket. I do have to decide. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you're thinking, what I want to do for a border for the edge of this blanket when it's all the way done. Something just to keep it nice and even. I will have to go back and do some trimming for the way that I switch between colors. It's going to need a little bit of trimming here or there because I have some ends sticking out. But in the end, I do want to edge it nicely. So let me know ideas you have or what you're doing with your blanket. And please go ahead and show me below, link me to what your blanket's looking like. I'd love to see all of your guys's. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can come back at the end of the year and see the completed project that will be in the new house. I'm so excited to get in there and to show you guys this at the very end. So go ahead and follow along. There we are.